Okay. August is out of the way. Now let's move into September.
September, one that Julie did.
September the 27th that we all have, that's typed up. There's 2 pages typewritten, and then there's one that Julie put together. On September the 27th,
I think we're just gonna.
at that time, we didn't have a,
Shelley did those, but
Shelley did them?
Julie's gonna start doing all the minutes, so let's just approve Julie's.
approved Julie's.
Yeah.
Okay, is there everyone in favor with Julie's? They're a lot simpler, I mean, a lot less too.
I didn't make a motion to table,
Yeah, there's a typo.
There are a few.
just to table it, my name is in still below,
I'm okay with approving.
I mean, we
I'll second.
should correct his spelling errors.
Yeah, we can approve it with corrections.
We just kind of got behind because of the changes and the boards and
Well,
the.
why don't we approve them with the changes?
Hmm?
With the spelling changes.
So this is table, and we have the Mars down below, made a motion instead of add a S. And then didn't go to approve.
Okay.
Okay, you make a motion to approve it with correction?
Yes, no, I haven't said Don.
You just did. Okay, here, take the microphone so everybody.
Sorry.
I'll make a motion, we approve the minutes from 9/27 from Julie Stokes with corrected
I'll second it.
corrections. Is there a second?
She said. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Everyone's in favor. So September the 27th is out of the way.
You like that one?
We have October. We have one here for October the 29th. Do we have any minutes for, here we go.
It's in the packet.
No, that's the 29th.
Do you know what house it is?
Oh, it's the old one.
Has to scale.
I got it.
Would that be objection?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, this is the one that has my name misspelled in it. I've read over this, yes. I mean, there was some other discussions,
You want to table it then?
No, we'll make a motion to approve it.
but,
I'll make a motion to approve it.
I don't know.
You can change.
There's a couple of things I was wanting to add in there. I don't know how to really word that, so I think we maybe should have a meeting on that.
So Seth's calling for a meeting for the September 27th meetings, and we have
No,
a
just
motion.
September 29th.
10/29.
September 27th is approved.
Okay, so we approved September the 27th. We're in October. Gotcha.
What's wrong with it?
Some typos and there were some other things that probably should be in here.
October 20th.
October 29th was a Zoom meeting. That was one, it was on Zoom. The Zoom file is available.
Well, I don't
Anyway,
want to table it unless I know why. Do you need to-
It's missing some points that, like I said, we probably need to discuss in executive session.
yeah, a lot of this is an executive session material, so we really don't need to discuss it here.
Okay, so we'll table it
We want to table it? Okay, we're tabling the Zoom meeting, 10:29, we'll go to a different session for that.
then.
Okay. I guess that's all the meeting minutes out of the way, is that correct?
Yes.
And then we'll move on to ratify the electronic votes we've made. One we've made for approving the paving that we have out front. We spent $217,000 on the paving here. The asphalt paving was, anyway, we'd like to go ahead and approve that paving contract, ratify it. I'll make a motion that we ratify that e-vote.
What is this specifically, sorry?
This is,
We're ratifying everything that was done.
we're ratifying these approved payment
Just make sure.
contracts.
If the vote's been taken, what's?
I know, I thought we
it's just-
already-
We're just
we already-
reviewing.
Yeah, we're just reviewing it. You don't have to
Took
call
the
for a
vote.
motion.
There's
This is
no,
already-
yeah.
No motions, we're ratifying.
We already voted.
Okay,
It's
so
been voted on.
do we want to go through each one, or are we good with them?
I
I'm
mean,
looking
you
for
can
them.
just discuss what we voted on, just like
Okay.
I just said, just so that we completed it.
Not a problem. We're approving the paving contract. That was done for an e-vote. We had an AC condensate fan repair up over the roof here. That was done. The roof sealed with an AC area leak we had there. It's been sealed. We had some additional leaking there, and they came out, I think yesterday or the day before. And they came out and ran another coat on it, and they said, well, since it was still leaking after the subsequent rain, they're coming back and doing some more, probably tomorrow. They're just expanding the ceiling area to stop it from leaking. It's a small leak, but we're working toward getting that taken care of. The lighting in front of 501 here, we approved that. Our PCAM manager here, she fell out there after the last meeting, and she had to take some time off because she hurt herself because of the lighting here. So immediately made the decision to put in,
Can I say something?
yes,
I'd like to thank Seth. He was alongside me and he caught me from going, woo. So, thank you, Seth.
so we approved $4,460 to put 22 lights out there. So now you can see out there, and hopefully that'll help us. We have approved on 3E, the structural deck repair out here. We have some failing structural members that are actually lateral and they're cracking, coming down. And, we have to get those, we have to get that reinforced with half-inch steel plating. And it's going to cost around $14,000 to $15,000. So if we put a big load out there, it's not, the structural vertical members aren't sufficient right now. I mean, according to structural engineers, they need to be reinforced with some half-inch steel plating. So that will be taking place within the next, what did we get a date on that, guys?
Friday? Is it Friday?
Well, they were coming to, I think that it was raining, and they were, it'll happen between.
It's got to happen pretty soon because we can't put many people out there. The structure is not adequate. Okay, moving on through this thing, that's everything that I think all 5 of those items just were ratified, they've all been voted on. President's overview, basically, we're working on our backyards the way I see this. Some people spend a lot of time in their backyard, some people don't ever go out in their backyard. But I think this community is like our backyard. You know, some people like it, some people like to visit it, some people want to make it look good. And I'm one of those that want to make it look good. And that's kind of what we're dealing with right here. And some people, I want to get everybody out of the house into the backyard. So anyway, that's pretty much my overview of where I'm at and what I'm doing. Next up is Treasurer's Report, so I'm going to turn this over to Catherine. Let her.
Y'all got to me too fast. And then I'll listen today.
Okay, first I'll tell you what we've been doing. We've been having finance committee meetings every Friday, and we've almost finished ratifying the budget for 2025, or getting it ready to go. We've had the reserve study that we've been working on to see what we're going to be coming up with and how we're going to spread it out over the next few years, and we're working on that. We've got a few loose ends on that, and then we'll get that done pretty quick here. Right now, in our cab operating account, we have $42,144. In the new operating account, A and B, we have $6,292 and change. B1 has $34,000, that's our operating account. $34,846.13. And then our B1 reserve account has $18,074.83. Our money market account has $445,000.54. And our First Citizens Bank account has 105, and cab replacement reserves are 469, with a total of $546,987.66, and that's after we pay for the concrete out front. So that's it.
Gonna start with you, James. We're gonna go to James now for the maintenance update. James has been working fervently at getting this maintenance taken care of around here.
As of November 1st, phase 1 through 5 of the driving parking lot were complete, including striping the fire lanes and parking spaces. Uplighting of trees for increased buildability at 501 is in progress. Also, parking lot lighting is in the bid process. The area here on the north side of the building, a lot of the dead trees were trimmed out, damaged fencing was removed, and we installed a chain gate over here to eliminate any golf cart access through these photos. The severely damaged concrete walks back by the back dock are being bid out. We had an e-vote on that. We'll discuss that in detail. We're actively getting bids for retaining wall and surface drainage on courts 6 and 7. We're also actively getting bids for arborists on all trees and parking areas and in front of the aqua. And for admission, the AC condensate pans were repaired and or replaced. Guttering is being considered around 501 for water control from coming off this side of the building and down by the downstairs storage area. There was an irrigation leak by the front gate that was repaired this past week by Chuck and his crew. We've had somewhat of a little plumbing issue at 501, at one condo place with some plumbing issues, and possibly looking at some floor replacement due to the black water sewage. Chuck's mowing is slowed down and more focus on tree trimming and work orders. All the work orders need to come through the front office and they'll be prioritized. Just please contact the maintenance office for any maintenance issues.
Say that twice, say it loud.
Yes, on any work needed, please contact the front office, and those will be put on work order and handled accordingly by the organization. Chuck is doing the fall leaf mulching with his crew, and also installing Christmas lights. And we're getting with a concrete lifting company. Don is working on bids. What that's going to entail is lifting this concrete up to minimize these trip hazards that have just been ignored through the years. It's a serious liability issue, and we feel that needs to be addressed for the safety of our public coming in to our new facility here and for our own safety. That's it, sir.
Okay, next up will be committees for the events. And I'll go to Judy.
Hi, everybody. Lauren has been working really hard, and she said that the turkey trot is November 28th, and then December 1st is the Christmas tree lighting, and we're planning on, if everything goes well here, after the Christmas tree lighting, everybody coming up here and having some dinner, drinks, and just enjoying that social. Then on The 8th of December, we're having a Christmas party here, and we're doing all the catering through the catering company that the restaurant has hired. We need a lot of volunteers for that too, by the way. I see some in the audience. And the restaurant is planning on a Santa brunch, and they're trying to do that on the 22nd. Afterwards, we're hoping to have Santa Claus pictures, and then we want maybe someone to come and take pictures of the dogs and their owners with Santa Claus. But the restaurant plans to have Santa here on that date. They may even have one a weekend before that, a Santa brunch too, just to try to keep the kids and stuff involved. Another planning on New Year's, and I think that's about it.
Thank you, Judy. Getting into old business, this is old business, but hopefully it'll be about over, the opening of the PYC. They're working here to get a CFO, a certificate of occupancy, the fire department, I think, going back and forth. They come in, they'll find different things, and I think the health department's saying they come in and look at things, and they'll take care of that and come back again. So that's what I'm hearing from James Hoffman with RHG. So he's keeping us abreast. He's thinking 2 weeks. That seems to be the number out here, is 2 weeks. So hopefully the 1st of December, this place will be in business. The discussion of tennis courts 6 and 7 drainage bid proposals, we continue to get bids on that. It's almost like everybody that bids this, correct me if I'm wrong, James, but everyone that bids the tennis courts 6 and 7 comes up with a new spec for themselves. Wouldn't that be the best way to say it, Don?
No, there's two exact bids, there's a new bid in there. And it just went in, he updated it because,
Do we have one?
yes, it's in the packet. EOC did not bid the retaining wall, which the other company did. So they're apples to apples, and then there's another one that's completely different that was submitted back in August that's in the packet. Is that the well?
So do we have 3 bids that are all the same bid?
You have 2 bids. The third company that was bidding it, their guy went into the hospital for emergency surgery. They couldn't provide it. So if you want to hold off for 3 bids, they will be able to provide it by Monday. You can,
We can e-vote it, electronic vote at that time?
if you want 3 bids.
Okay, well, I'm going to move that we push it until we get all the votes and get everyone on the same.
I'd also like to propose that we get 3 bids on the other direction to would fix not just 6 and 7, but would fix 1 and 2 and fix the entrance on 6 and 7 that's a problem.
1 and 2, one's this main court down here. The main court's 1.
Yep, 1 and 2's also got the flooding problem as well, and it's coming from 6 and 7. And so the proposal that we did back in August was to grade that area towards the west and clean up the front entrance of 3 and 6 and 7 with like a flume that would push all that water away from 6 and 7 and 1 and 2. The proposal that we have currently, I've been out there, like I said, several times, and when I go stand at the other end, I'm 8 feet down below the natural grade that's already there. It's got a natural grade on these proposals that are there. That already has a natural flow of water, and I've stood there in the rain and watched it. The problem in these pictures, you can see we have the gathering of all the leaves on the, I guess that would be the southwest corner of 6 and 7, and that's where all the water is gathering, and we need to get that. That's what we talk about, grading that down with a flume that would then clean that up. So the Mitchell excavation in the back is actually the cheapest one when you consider just the excavation piece. And then they want to do, of course, the concrete flume, which we know concrete's expensive wherever we go. So if we take that out, and he doing a flume from all the way from that northwest corner to the northeast corner, where it's currently grass already, we wouldn't need that. Just replacing the concrete entrance that's on 6 and 7, where there is concrete, that would drop this bid down $35,000, $40,000 making it below all the other bids and fix not just
What's
67.
below 30, if it's 30 off or 35, what?
Because these
what
are
would that be?
phase ones, these are phase one bids, that proposal says phase one. So that doesn't solve our issue with with one and
This
two.
one says phase one, I don't see the word phase one.
On this map right here in front, the whole point of that section of doing it the other way was a phase one and a phase two. And this one is just a phase,
So he lumped it all.
get it all together and get it all done without even touching that side, except for potentially maybe one day doing the retaining walls.
What does the word mobilization mean? I have no
They
idea.
have a man shop, that's what, I've got a question.
Yeah,
Yes,
but
sir.
this one also
We've got-
doesn't have retaining walls.
What's
I've
that?
got a
Richard.
question.
Because we're not, you would only fix, yes, it does have to tear them down, but you wouldn't replace the retaining wall on that one side because it's would be graded to flush.
You put concrete flume there,
Yes, and the concrete
you
flume,
can't do that, so that's in a.
not in this easement, but on where there's currently concrete in the outside is set, what is the currently concrete? I've looked at that where
It's that
the
sidewalk that goes all the way
the
up.
sidewalk that goes in front of 67,
Court one.
you can drop it about 13 inches and still get away with that easement there.
I was referencing top side of 7.
Top 7 inches, which corner?
Highlight.
No, not that corner.
Well, I'm gonna suggest that we get this put together in a specification along with a scope, similar to what that scope is, but we need comparative bids from everyone.
This is not clear in y'all's packet, but this is kind of what they
But
said.
those other guys do get to bid that.
Exactly, and that's what I told Catherine, I would love to have other people bid that.
And there's not much in this.
And have these other guys, can they come in and bid that as well and see what they?
As long as we get a spec together, we put this spec together, no one knew about the other spec, so.
Well, I've actually sent this back in a couple times since back in August to everyone.
Yeah, but obviously we had an old board, now we have a new board.
I've sent it at least 3
You
times.
sent this all detailed out, this Mitchell
Yes,
thing?
I've sent it 3 times,
You
and I
might
finally
send
sent it
it
to
again, 'cause
Don.
I really don't remember getting it.
I've never seen it.
You know, to concur with you, there's a lot of work that needs to be done.
Yes, sir.
There is retaining wall failures all over the place, aesthetic looks, just
And when we're talking about this, we're really talking about our tenants of the tennis court team, people, and they're the ones who want that fixed so they can get their courts resurfaced. And the emergency that I believe is not just that, is to fix 6 and 7, is also 1 and 2, and that this really big crack here where it's hard to see in the picture, but when you walk on it, you're gonna break your ankle. You know, that's where you talked about behind here, this is also where people are walking in the dark. I believe that would solve a lot of our issues. And
Well,
then
when
one
you,
day,
if you go to Max Point condos and you look down on top of courts 4 and 5, there's a wall that's coming down. And it belongs somewhere between Max Point and the community. That wall, I think if you pull a property pin on it, that wall was on Max Point, but now since it's falling on our side, vertically speaking. That's how they measure property lines. So anyway,
let's go back to 6 and 7 here, and 1 and 2.
Well, that water
If we could get another 2 bidders to scope this out and bid that and see what.
yeah, well, I'm good with that, when you talk about getting it all done for all the tenants. It's like that water originates up at that top point. It comes off all those buildings and it flows down through 6 and 7, through Max Point, and so forth, all the way down into Lake Ray River. So I'm all about it, but at the end of the day, it's like we probably need a civil guy to direct us and not these subcontractors.
Well, I mean, my father does this for a living, and he came out there and stood in the rain with me. So, and he was one of 3 people that I had come out here. So he was one of 3. So Mitchell came out, and I also had someone else come out and do it. And he said he wasn't going to bid it for us, and he agreed. So those 3 professionals that do this for a living, they're all excavators, and I honestly just would like to get this solved the right way.
I think we're in agreement, we need to do it the right way, and I think to do it the right way, we need plans drawn up, showing us what to do. We had some plans like that drawn up that surfacing around here. I think I provided a set, they were floating all over the place with red lines from a civil engineer maybe 6 years ago, showing A, B, and C as far as severity, and none of that was done with the exception of 2 laws, you saw it. And, you know, I think we can do that again. It's like all the studies. If you do studies and then drop them once you do them, it's irrelevant. So,
I thought the main issue was 6 and 7. I didn't know we were wanting to fix too.
well, there's
I didn't know
water box
It
backs
all
up.
flows the same way towards the lake.
There's so much erosion down there.
We've got to start at the top. I'm of the mindset, we have to start at the topmost part where the water begins and try to direct it or redirect it. It's redirected itself, which is causing us the problems. We need to push it back to where the original direction should be. And that can only be done with drawings and with plans.
So that's exactly what this says. Number 1, remove old concrete. Number 2, grade this area. Number 3, grade and add flume. It's, you can't see it in your pictures, but if you go to your last page, you'll see at least the what they're trying to say here in this drawing. This is also an email, so you can see a lot better on the screen. But again, this is kind of the scope right here, is to knock out that concrete that's there, grade the area down. I don't know which one's 6 and 7. Which one's the south side, 7 or 6?
7's on the top side of the store. To the paintball.
Okay, so 6. So on 6, taking that grade down a few feet, and then on that in between 6 and 7 and 1 and 2, making that a flume that flushes right back to the natural creek that flows alongside the aqua here.
And this guy, this company is Mitchell.
This is Mitchell Excavation is one of the companies that I had came out and bid it, yes. And then I have another company look, but he doesn't want to deal with it.
So there's one company, Mitchell.
Mitchell Excavation was.
Mitchell Excavation, is that someone you talked to, James?
No, I have not.
Contact.
How old is it?
Then it'd be best for probably James to
It's
talk
still
to
good.
him.
He said it's still good. I talked to him.
But you're gonna get us a better breakdown of it?
August 25th.
Instead of
August
just this
26th.
little
Because
summary?
these other 2 are identical scope of work, and that's all. So we need,
And I believe this, again, this other scope of work isn't going to even solve our problem. It's just going to be a waste of, I shouldn't say a waste of money. It's be money to fix the retaining walls and whatnot, but it's already.
Just so, let me clarify where this began. This began when I was appointed to the tennis group last June, and they came to me and said, hey, this court 6 and 7 is cracking, it's popping, it's because the asphalt there on top of the concrete is getting water underneath it. So we need to get the water eradicated away from this court. So that's where they were. I mean, they didn't say anything about these other things, so I immediately went into action and said, okay, how can we get the water away from this court? They had an engineering report that was, had been put together over a 6-month period where they cored down, I think it seemed like 30 feet. They took water levels, and the water levels showed that, not that big of a deal, probably that was drainage more than it is water in the ground. And that's what they were measuring. They thought there may be underground water. So we went to, okay, let's eradicate the water, let's get the water out of here so they can go in. What they want to do is resurface those tennis courts, 6 and 7, so they don't have cracks in them. They have cracks in them, and it's hard to play tennis when you can't measure your ball. So that's where this all began, and if we want to go from there, I mean, that's what we're talking about here. So I think it's important that we reestablish back about 18 months ago where it began. And for them, it began way before then, because they hired a reporter, and they spent, I think they said $8,300 is what they spent on the report. However, the guy that put his plan together had us putting drainage pipe in an easement, which is probably not advisable. So you can put it in there, but if something happens, they're going to tear it up. So anyway, that's where we're at on 6 and 7. My suggestion, if James wants to, is meet with Mitchell over there and compare them with everybody else.
Yeah, have the other ones make the bids as well. I mean, I'm fine with that
And
as
you
well.
can send the rest of the stuff, so we have a little bit more detail.
This is in the email I sent, but I will re-forward it.
well, when we review this, can we also ask for that engineering report that the tennis committee did and look at it?
Yeah, it's floating around in emails everywhere.
Well, no, I, it's not her.
It won't, if it check.
Shouldn't see.
Seth, on Mitchell, they reference courts,
Yes,
6 and 7.
yes.
Okay, so we're gambling if we put them all the way around 6 and 7.
Not a flume, just a flume between.
You might need his detail on, right?
So this is the one that's in the email. Here's already the sidewalk that goes here. They were just gonna tear that out, drop 13 inches and make that the front. It's already, just make this drop down. As the water's flowing in here. As you see in this picture, this is where it's all gathering right here, and that's what's causing trouble. And then it starts here, it comes in here, and then it gathers from this corner all the way along this whole section. So that's, this corner goes this way to here, so that's that corner. So this is where it's just like a big whole pond. So
It's all been silted in.
So they're gonna lay this down, come down, so the water flows down naturally, goes away. And then when it hits this flume here, it would just flow right along here, so it's hit 1 and 2, goes all the way back and out,
So you're running this, what,
coming on this side.
Right.
This side.
so what are we doing up here?
This is natural or grade. If I stand right here, I'm 8 feet below. My head is standing right here. So this is a natural grade flow. When you watch this, the water just flows down.
Just like it's going to the creek, for sure.
Correct.
But what's happening is right here is where the water's
Correct.
pond.
That's, so bust up that concrete, bust up this concrete right here, this little piece.
That's his
And
entire.
grade that a little bit, about 10 feet, and then grade all of this to here, so that it hits that flow and comes down.
Water all the way back and dumping it.
It's already doing that naturally. You go sit there and watch it in the rain. You go watch it in the rain, it's all already coming here, and it's coming out of this hole right here, and going this way as well. It's coming from this parking lot, that's down here, that's a big downhill, and it's coming right back this way as well. So we need to make it to where it goes this way as well. It's going right back into here. You stand in the rain here, it's coming into this whole section, and that's what's making this crack.
So his flume is the earth surface flow.
No, his flow is to tear this whole concrete out, new form of concrete, 13 inches or whatever, or down, so that it flumes out and it doesn't come back.
It's just.
So it's draining here, and get this new sidewalk, because it gets dropped down.
This is trash.
Yeah, it's all trash, so it's gonna be dropped down.
And people are really chomping at the bit.
This will fix it, 6 and 7.
But, okay, then we'll have the numbers tomorrow to see if we could do it both. I mean, because I don't understand the numbers.
Well, we want to get another 2 bids for this to do a true vote, otherwise you're not comparing apples to apples. So we need to get, that's why I said maybe call these other 2 people and say, come on back out and see this, and try to do it that way. See what they would bid it for.
Well, we've had elevations shot on the backside of 7 from the right side, and they're showing fall back to that manhole. Right there
Yes.
on the very corner of 6 and 7.
That manhole's, yeah.
So running that water back this way to complicate the water here,
It adds to the rest of the water coming off the dam.
But if you drop it 13 inches over here, then it will automatically just flow just like another natural stream.
well, they shot right with it, so I can't.
But okay, so do we want to just,
Yeah, we need to look at 6 and 7, let's get James, I think James should meet with Mitchell.
Okay.
I think we ought to get everybody on the same page of music that's bidding this thing. And, we'll go with, moving there with an EVO, so that we can move forward. And, satisfy the tennis folks, and satisfy the community.
okay, so Don's gonna get a hold of, you know, I'll give him a quick text and let you know he's calling, you're calling. But Don's gonna get a hold of him, get it all set up, get a hold of the other contractors and see if they, you know, get that all set up.
Sure.
Get a.
Whoever's been talking to them, if different people are talking to different contractors, this is gonna take forever.
I passed it on to her back in, when she first started, and so that, I haven't talked to him since I gave it to you, so.
Okay.
And the injection people today, that probably urethane injection said they could possibly get the backside of 7, that corner where it's starting to fail. He said he thinks they can get some polyurethane up under it, because it's asphalt top. He said it's probably
And then they can resurface it at that point. Yeah. I think, that's honestly, James, I think that's part of the tennis court, isn't that part of their, to do any kind of fix inside the courts?
Yeah, restart, yeah, sure. But, I mean, we've got a drainage problem outside of that court.
Okay.
Is the drainage problem part of the reason that that building is rotting along the bottom?
No, that's all.
That's just
old.
old.
The little
Tennis
shed over there.
Yeah.
So if we're gonna table this, what's the plan?
Yeah, I think we
He's
did,
gonna contact them.
Okay.
We're getting Mitchell, we're not really tabling, we're just moving forward to get all one
Don,
bid.
yeah, Don's gonna get a hold of the other Mitchell and the other contractors to get it all figured out. And it's James, you can meet with him.
yeah, one satisfaction, everybody can do
Well, wait, and all of you,
Yeah.
Okay, discussion on the roof, a complete roof replacement. We talked to the people that have been servicing our roof for a year, and he said, yeah, we can put you a new roof on. And he said that he asked that he do what he can to try to continue the silks and get it stop leaking. He feels that he can get it stop leaking. He's not charging, well, I shouldn't say that. I think that he's $1,500 come out here and clean that roof off, mop a sealant on, a polyurethane sealant on top of the TPO. It still had a leak, and he's going to go ahead and come back out here tomorrow. And anyway,
What is, I mean, I guess what is our initial, we talked about potentially doing the full repair fix.
I heard $80,000 that's what I heard, to replace the TPO. Plus, some inconvenience.
just the flat roof here? Just that?
They have to take ACs up.
The item here says complete roof replacement, what's the difference? Just tells me. A complete roof tells me everything.
We're talking about the TPO flat roof underneath the air conditioner that's currently leaking.
So that's what
The
you're talking,
leaking.
that's what you were talking about
Section.
when you put complete roof on the agenda. It says complete roof.
It's the one.
It's the TPO roof, right?
Complete roof replacement.
It's just a flat roof.
It's the TPO flat roof.
Okay, so not complete roof, flat.
No.
But that's gonna include lifting those AC.
Yeah, whatever, with helicopters or whatever you got, cranes, whatever you gotta do for them, right?
So have we asked, have we at least got 2 bids on that to see? Okay. And then,
A lot of people don't want to mess with it. But I talk to okay, the cell phone tower, Jim Mack gave us some pertinent information. The cell phone tower is going to be put in by the city of Rockwall. It's going to be put in on their park across from Chandlers. I guess at that soccer field. He had a conversation on behalf of the community, and he got some bullet points here, about 6 bullet points that I guess he got us to agree to, kind of, and
Is that today?
yes, it came in today or yesterday, yeah. So they put masonry wall to be split face in a neutral color. Gate shall be wrought iron and painted black for the compound. CTG will provide greater detail on the site elevation plan showing the tower and screening walls. CTG to provide a detailed landscape plan and details regarding maintenance with the plans to be submitted to the city. The survey shall show dimensions and details with elevation contours. Any generator shall be allowed to test only during the hours of 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. So I guess that's cell phone tower is off of our agenda from here on out. Any questions? Thank you, Jeff.
Way to go, Jeff.
Tyler's at the, what do they call it?
It's a monopole.
It's a monopole.
100-foot bump.
It's actually gonna be 112 feet.
100 plus.
The city agreed to an extension.
Okay, the last old business item is an update on the fiber internet for our community. We're talking to two different people. Have you had any other conversation, Greg, with the first one?
No, I've said everything to
New
the
votes? Okay. Let me borrow it, 'cause
So there is no conversation from new votes that we've had? Have they submitted
There's been a
any?
lot of conversation. I sent the exclusivity offer that they sent.
Mhm.
So I forwarded that to the board.
Okay.
Everyone has that.
Okay. Well, we received earlier this week, I think Monday, we received an exclusivity contract from AT&T. So everyone will get that, and we can review those contracts. So once we get them, I guess we'll compare it, see where we're at. Is there any other fiber optic people that have called us, or do we know of anything?
I have a question. Should we have one or two, and should we consider what the residents, would they want to vote in on that, or is it gonna just be too much tearing up the yard to do two companies coming in here anyway? So should we pick one?
It's a good question. I mean, it's exclusivity.
We both have to lay fiber, so that's a lot of,
But I think one person plays the fiber and then you
Well-
hire the company you want to use, because they
Sometimes.
sell on the usage.
So
AT&T
the
would do
issue
that, but
is
no,
that
this would-
they're trying to give us exclusive discounts to each one of the residents. And in order to do that, they're saying you either pick us, AT&T, or you pick,
Or stay with what you have.
So they're not going to let us do two at the same time. Either one of
Well,
us.
they don't get to tell us.
right,
They
they don't
don't,
tell us. We
they're
can have
they're
different
making an
ones.
offer that's a better offer than they would normally get
I said that wrong.
for exclusivity. So
Right.
if you keep out another company, you pick us for a year or 2 years or 3 years or whatever. that
Keep
is.
them out.
Yeah, we just don't let anybody else in for that length of time. So they're an exclusive provider of fiber for that length of time.
Well, once we get these two contract offers, I think what we probably would like to do is put a line down of paper and the pros and the cons to each one and find out, how we feel as a board and present that to the community. Yeah. What else?
I would actually just tell them what else. How we go back and negotiate. Honestly, if they're both wanting exclusiveness, then go back and just say, if they are comparable, we still go back and see, okay, where can you come down at, and then we decide from there. First, we decide which one.
Or we
like.
say that the exclusivity offer isn't that compelling and we'd rather have two providers.
Yeah, or that, correct. So
Okay,
it's,
and I don't know if anybody's interested, but they're putting AT&T across at Buffalo Creek. If you want to just see how they're installing it, so you'll know what your yard's gonna look like. I saw them today. Those cables are huge. So, just so if you want to see it.
Okay, any more discussion on fiber optic? Okay, we'll get these contracts out to the board.
we need to add one,
Trees.
well, to new business or old businesses, because it's kind of a combination of old business and new business. Right?
What's that?
The trees, we've got trees down for so long, and then we also have the trees up here in the front. And we have the tree bids that came in through email just recently, was it yesterday, so we need to add that to the.
Yeah, the trees is missing on the agenda.
So somebody make a motion to add it, but there's
I'll
five.
make a motion to add it.
Okay. All in favor?
Alright,
Okay.
Do we want to review these bids tonight?
I reviewed them.
Yeah, I did too. Why are some charging tax and some not? Is that their prerogative, or do we have to,
Yeah,
anyway? Or
that's-
should we add it and consider that we just messed up?
That's them, that's all.
Is that item A on the new business now, or is that added to the end?
I know, we're doing it.
Old business and new business. F on one and E on the other.
What's that? We got 4 bids here. We could.
Can we go ahead and, it's 30, how many trees, James?
Some did 35, some did 38, but 38's
38's the magic number? Okay. So we need 38 trees bid, and we've got the lowest price is, $7,380. $200 a tree.
Can everybody hear me okay? We know, I don't know if y'all know Mario Tree Service, use them for many other
I have
places.
this, they're good.
They're also in the neighborhood, you know, they're the cheapest on here. They do amazing, excellent service. I see them around Rockwell all the time. To me, I recommend all of them based on their service, them being in the neighborhood, their professionalism, and their bid being lower than all of them. That would be the one that I would choose. If anyone else has any other.
No, I make a motion that we use Mario's Tree Service at $7,380, all in favor.
Second. All right, James, second. We all in favor?
Yeah.
And just a further note on that, I think when we're looking at our 2025 budget, we need to put some arborist money in there, because we've got so much.
Put some what?
Arborist money in there, Mario.
Yep,
I mean,
It's-
we have it in
It's
there.
in there. It's in there. It's in the
we're
budget.
taking how much we got,
Okay.
This year.
a lot of trees.
Okay, budget for 2025, we're working on that. Monterey's not here tonight. Chief,
I didn't have a copy because it's not final. We just got a proposed copy of the 2025. It's not ready to share yet.
oh, that's all we need to do?
Is that, have we agreed to research studies?
Well, somewhat, but we didn't have the reserve study finished, but we're integrating it as we go. We're meeting Friday.
So are you sending out the research studies?
I asked for it Friday, and there's like 6 items that are assigned out for people to get more information. He didn't want to release it until it was final, in case it was contradictory. So he told me, hopefully we'll have it today, but that didn't happen. But I'm sure we'll have it soon.
Yeah, I just talked to him today.
You did?
And those numbers, I should have them, because they're from different people. We usually have it to them by Friday, so I'm expecting probably maybe Tuesday or next week.
Okay.
Okay. Any questions on reserve study updates? Next item would be the Envera Security Solutions. Really what we're looking at in security is, I guess we're on a day-by-day contract right now with North American Security. So we're in the process of entertaining different security companies, different security solutions. And this Envera is one that James and myself and Shelley, we went over and visited their community, said it's kind of like new innovation, camera security with 24/7 camera monitorization out of an off-site camera, I guess, facility, where they look at these cameras and they have software that flags any suspicious type of activity. Really raised our eyebrows on it. James and myself and Shelley, I guess it got us interested in it. These guys are willing to come back and talk to the board about that. I've received another couple of phone calls, and there's other available ones out there, so I will be bringing those to us as they come forward. They'll probably call Shelley first, I guess, maybe, or Don. Anyway, we're just basically assessing our possible security solutions going forward. And there's a lot of new technology, and it appears that we can save money with most of them.
Is the idea that we won't have security officers?
No, you will.
We will have,
You'll have security.
but they integrate.
During the day and then at night, the virtual security watches and reports.
And you still have an officer at
We still
night.
have
At
one
night,
officer.
still have a night watch, basically?
I talked to one today, they called and said,
We could set those hours.
well, we got another call today though, from a competing outfit that spoke with me over the telephone, and he said they'll do 24/7. The same, it's a spinoff from the same company, and they've been in business about the same amount of time. It's called Virtual Solution or Virtual Security, I believe. And they do 24/7, and you can integrate that with your own security people if you want. Maybe one security person, that way if they see anything suspicious, they call those people on site. And it sounds even better, and even better is in Vera, you have to purchase the system with this other outfit, this competing outfit, they actually rent the system, so it's just a 3-year rental. And he said it's a better price. So anyway.
Well, as fast as technology changes, it might be a good idea anyway.
Yeah.
And it sounds like it. They would put us 3 kiosks in, where in Vera it's only going to put 1 kiosk in. And the kiosk is the access point where you show your driver's license. They read your license plates. It's an in-out type inventory of cars in your facilities, in your community. And
Like Polo.
Plus they monitor school areas.
yeah, they monitor. Well, they monitor whatever you want. I mean, you basically tell them what you want monitored. And the price for sure is reflected. But it's a one-time a month fee versus what we're doing now. We're paying a weekly fee.
We just need to compare the cost, see what it is.
Okay, roundtable discussions. We had a roundtable here last Tuesday night. We had, I think, around 70 people at it. I think the discussions went well. We'll try to answer everything that was brought up at the roundtable. We'll have another roundtable. Probably since we have a holiday month coming up, we might try to have it the first week of December, so that we're ready. And I guess we need to look at our meeting, our December meeting, or general meeting for December, and see what date that's going to fall on, the third week, and see how that conflict with the holidays, and work it out accordingly. But we may put some emails out, start planning on that now. I know our business, we're planning everything through the end of the year and the first of next year, so it'd probably be a prudent thing to do here as well.
Is there a new date for,
It's on the 18th.
is there a new date for Chuck?
A new date for Chuck's 30th?
Talking with James, he recommended we had it here once they get over. No, answer your question.
Okay, it appears that this agenda has been filled. I make a motion that we adjourn this meeting. All in favor of adjournment? Okay, we have a full quorum. I appreciate it, everybody.
Do you want to, it's not a Christmas picture, but a picture of Gail and Judy and me and our golf carts, because we're the ones that go around. For your article, you want me to find it?
I would include that. I'm thinking, from what you sent me, I'm thinking about making a cluster of about
A
4
collage.
pictures.
Are we doing Q&A?
Yeah, they didn't have the Q&A.
Then, so you want that picture with the golf carts?